So, welcome back to the stream. I know it has been a while. I've actually been pretty busy. Not entirely with gaming, but at work it's pretty busy. I got, as I mentioned in my last video, I got a new Gundam model in the mail. It's a real great model, so it's not even master grade or perfect grade. But holy shit, there are so many different parts and they're so fucking tiny. So it's taking me quite a lot of hours to try and build it. It's really fun though, really fun. There is one game it's actually kind of weird. This has to be the first month that I have not bought a single game besides this game. So this is the only game that I got in the mail. It's Summon Night 6. It's a tactical RPG from Namco Bandai, published by Gaijin Works. And it's a game that I pre-ordered, or ordered, not pre-ordered, I ordered it on Amazon a couple of weeks ago. So theoretically, I haven't gotten a single game after that, so this has to be like one of the first times ever. My entire game budget is also empty with the Gundam models I bought. So, hey, what's up, Skip Baileys? Did you buy Yakuza 6? Yakuza 6 is fucking cool. I beat the game last week. It's a really good game. So I'm playing this game, and I mean, it looks kind of, at the moment, it's like a really generic. This game is exclusive to the Ps4, but also available on PS Vita. So, but it is kind of like a PS4 console exclusive. So as of right now, I'm like 3 hours into the game. I did a couple of battles. It's pretty fun. It's not that hard, even though, of course, I am playing it on easy, to be honest. But the characters are kind of generic anime characters. Maybe the storyline is kind of wacky, but there are like a lot of events, and I don't know if I really care about it. There are a lot of talking events. But I guess a game like this heavily relies on, you know, stuff like this. Of course, every next generation game, both on Xbox 2, PlayStation 5, will run at a native 4K. It still will support 1080p, but of course games are gonna run at 4K. The big question is it gonna be 4K at 30 frames or 60 frames? And let's hope it's 60, because the time of 30 frames is nearing its end. It should be nearing its end. There's the main character, generic as fuck. Yes, there is a rumor that Microsoft is working on more exclusive games. But it's already too little, too late. I kind of have this sword art hello realization feel that there's gonna be a shit ton of filler stuff I don't really give a fuck about. What I do care though is the battle system, and it seems that you can grind. Hey, Triforce! Yes, Earth Defense Force 5 is actually a game I'm waiting for too. But, where the fuck is it? Probably will be announced at E3 though. Let's hope so. Ja, echt hè. Ga PC Master Race.
I need to rest for a bit.
Let's kick this party up a notch. Whew, that was a workout.
Headbutt, oh no.
Bet you're regretting this day.
Bah, no way.
Asaha will do her best.
Al wil ik wel een nieuwe PC kopen voor Mountain Blade. Ja, de game is nog niet uit. Niet eens een release date, nothing.
Here we go. Bye-bye. All right. Let's see. Was that okay? Let's kick this party up a notch.
Yep.
Bet you're regretting this day.
Dat is inderdaad een zware
I'll be ready to go again soon.
Ja. Nee. No way, Jose. That's not gonna happen. And if it's gonna happen, my mind would be blown. But nope. Diablo 4 and World of Warcraft could be. Like, I won't rule out a World of Warcraft port to consoles. I mean, they can easily run it. But Diablo 4, no way. If they're gonna announce Diablo 4, that I think is really unlikely. They probably will just update Diablo 3. But if they're gonna announce Diablo 4, it's not gonna be at E3. It's gonna be at BlizzCon. I actually played Guild Wars 2. It was fun. I remember when Guild Wars 2 came out, there was kind of a big hype around it. And a couple of my friends, my dad and my brother bought the game. And we played it in a sort of group for like a couple of weeks. And then I already got bored.
Here we go.
Oh, there's no one here.
Good enough for now.
Let's kick this party up a notch. Give me a sec. I'll be ready to go again soon.
Air punch.
Oh, yeah.
Did he die?
Do her best.
Oh, Okay.
Mutant hit.
Yeah, Call of Duty. Whatever. Didn't they ditch the single player campaign for like a battle royale? I don't give a shit about multiplayer stuff. And I definitely don't give a shit about Call of Duty.
Give me a sec. I'll be ready to go again soon.
Yeah.
Just fucking die, little
That's all I
bunny.
can do for now.
Here we go.
Good enough for now.
Here it goes. Bet you're regretting this day.
Okay, so that's a chain attack. Okay. Hey, there's a chest.
Will do her best.
There was a treasure chest.
Kasaha won. My turn. I need to rest for a bit.
Here we go.
Good enough for now.
Let's kick this party up a notch. Give me a sec. I'll be ready to go again soon.
Yeah, but the crew is also a game. Wasn't that like online required bullshit? So I don't give a shit about that. Unrush does look cool though. A little bit like MotorStorm, but I'll just wait if the game is playable offline. XP. Level 2, okay. Burnout Paradise is probably a game I will get when it's cheaper. But then again, like, I have Burnout Paradise on PS3. But I do remember Burnout Paradise being fucking cool. Hey, what's up, H-Brand? Well, it's impossible to say I guarantee it, but I have high confidence in that Sony is going to show a lot of gameplay. From games we haven't seen gameplay from. So Ghost of Tsushima, Death Stranding, probably Days Gone, and Spider-Man also. Medieval in a smaller way, probably. Fierce Prankster Monsters EX, Fierce Prankster Monsters. Summons. Okay, summons. That does say summons. Oh yeah, of course, The Last of Us gameplay. I don't know. Like, I have seen a bit of Days Gone's gameplay, and does it look generic? Yes, it does. But the thing is, and just give me a good example. There hasn't been a single AAA open world zombie game. There hasn't been any who also has hordes of 300 to 500 zombies on screen. Give me one game who has that. No game has that. So it potentially could be fucking cool, but it also could suck. Hey, what's up, Snatcher? I actually like zombie games if they're done right. If they're fun, if they're, exciting to play. If Days Gone is just a generic open world shooter instead of, you know, people you have zombies, and they don't really get that exciting if the player of Days Gone can easily kill a mob of 500 zombies, then there's no fun, you know. I want to have the feeling of when I play Days Gone and I see a horde of 200 or 300 zombies and they're chasing after me. I want to feel the feeling of, holy shit, I'm fucked. And not like, oh, let's get my minigun. Yes, Resident Evil 2 Remake. It all probably will be announced or revealed at E3. I mean, it's kind of weird. We have Call of Duty. We have a huge Informer issue from Days Gone. We're gonna have Battlefield 5 announced. What the hell is ready for E3? What are we going to see at E3? It seems that all the big games are already being announced. It's kind of weird.
Here it goes. Whew. That was a workout.
All right. Here goes nothing.
All right.
I'll do my best. That's all I can do for now.
I don't know. I don't know, like, when is the last time at E3?
Will do her best.
Well, okay, like Hideo Kojima was on stage. Yes, but that's about it. State of Decay seems to be a okay-ish game. It gets pretty bad reviews at the moment. But like, the game didn't even look that good, so you could have expected. But then again, a game like State of Decay 2 could still be fun. But it's definitely not the big game that maybe Microsoft would have hoped it. Like, Microsoft is having another bad year. Sea of Thieves, it sucked. State of Decay 2, you know, it's not that great.
All right.
I'll do my best.
Oh, there's a lot of stuff I need to get. But Spyro is definitely one of those.
That's all I can do for now.
Dragon Quest, little bitch. Dragon freaking Quest.
Enough for now.
Here we go.
Where are the monsters? I don't see them. Yes, Crackdown 3 is what we know pretty much the only AAA-ish game they have. But of course there are rumors that at this E3 Microsoft is going to have a couple of big exclusives, but we will see how that turns out.
That's all I can do for now.
Let's kick this party up a notch. Give me a sec. I'll be ready to go again soon. Here we go.
Good enough for now.
That all you got? Set.
My turn. I need to rest for a bit.
Let's kick this party up a notch.
Well, if that happens, if Microsoft and Cape Newell all of a sudden would be buddies, I highly doubt they would announce Half-Life 3 exclusive for Xbox. I highly doubt that. I highly doubt that they're working on Half-Life 3.
Oh yeah.
And then again, I highly doubt the game would be any good since it has been so long since the last Half-Life game.
Will do her best. Phew.
Here we go.
Good enough for
Yeah,
Hunter.
that's what I mean. Like, Half-Life is so old, you know, it probably wouldn't have the impact it would have gained years ago.
That was scary. Is it over?
Yes, I will pick up Hyrule Warriors, but I, you know, will wait when the price drops. I am not gonna buy Hyrule Warriors for the full price. That's true. Like, Crackdown is a game, even on the Xbox 360, that looked pretty cool. Yeah. All the way, by the way, H. Brand, did you see the fake list of course you saw the fake list of PS4 Sony games, at least Sony's lineup of E3. I would be incredible, mind blown if that would be true. And only because of one thing, Final Fantasy VII release date. Part 1. That probably won't happen. I know full price is $50, but it's still too expensive. I want to get Hyrule Warriors for like 40, below 40, something like that. And also when I want to spend that money on a game like that, because, you know, I have a small game budget. That small game budget is also now my Gundam model budget, and there are just so many games coming out. Oh, I was highly impressed with that list. I was highly impressed. And that's why it probably is fake. A new Dragon Age would be cool. I have the game on PS4, but I haven't played it yet. Probably will never play it. I sense a strong power. Ha! Snatcher remake. Yeah, with E3 you already, yeah. Well, everything EA makes, kind of same with Activision. Like Anthem does look like a pretty cool game, but EA will probably fuck it up. There has been one rumor though, and I hope that rumor is true because I never played the game, but I hear so many great things about it that Sega is working on a Skies of Arcadia. If I have the correct title, I think it was Skies of Arcadia. It's a Dreamcast RPG, also available on GameCube. And there's a rumor that they are remaking, remastering, or at least going to release it on this generation of systems. That will be cool. Yeah, the trailer of Rage 2 kinda was lame. H. Brand, what is true? Well, of course it doesn't really, it doesn't really matter that much if a game didn't sell that well. I mean, it probably has sold enough to warrant a second one.
Kyle? Sonalar?
But
Are you there?
it just didn't seem interesting.
Excuse me. I seem to have become lost and my friends are missing. When is it locked? Have you seen them? Or if not, I know that sounds strange, but I have no idea where this place is. I would greatly...
Why would I help you get away when I finally found you?
Found me? I mean, I admit I'm not looking my best right now, but I've been through a lot.
Yeah, Dead or Alive Extreme. That would be cool. But to be honest, I would want to have the Dead or Alive girls the way, was created. Like, Dead or Alive Extreme 3 on PS4 is pretty cool, but I did play them on the Xbox. On the original Xbox, I played the first Dead or Alive, and I liked it a lot better because their boobs were a lot bigger. And I mean, that's why you play the game. Konami is pretty dead, even though I am going to buy the Son of the Enders 2, probably special edition for PS4, because I fucking love Son of the Enders. And the thing is, Konami fucked it up. They did. They fucked it up with Kojima. But it doesn't matter that, like, it doesn't mean, that's what I'm trying to say, it doesn't mean that Konami is going to be bad forever. You never know. Maybe the higher-ups of Konami are like, oh shit, we were wrong. Konami was one of the companies who said there isn't a future in console gaming anymore. The Japanese console industry is falling apart and blah blah blah. And maybe in Japan, well, it's not falling apart since PS4 is selling more than PS3, and the Switch is also kind of a console and it's selling pretty good. But, especially because the resurgence of Japanese games in the West, I actually think that the Japanese gaming industry is actually booming again. It's becoming relevant again worldwide. So who knows, maybe Konami's higher-ups are like, oh shit, we fucked it up. We were wrong, and let's see if we can, you know, fix our mistakes, and let's see if we're gonna make some cool games again. Konami was really good back in the day, and who knows, maybe they'll change the rear and they're gonna be great again.
I know. I see it too, Kasaha. There's something odd about his murderous manner is a
No,
lot more obvious.
ik ga niet meer naar de sportschool, heel lang niet meer hoor. Nou ja, sinds 2016 niet meer.
Was this the dreadful power?
No, it is true that Psvita is giving off the terrible auras.
Give it back!
I told you, it's a misunderstanding. I sense a terrifying magical energy from the red-headed woman in white over there.
Konami in the PS1 and PS2 days were also really good, Snatcher. Konami, of course, with Hideo Kojima, made the Son of the Ender saga. I mean, Son of the Ender has to be, besides Armored Core, the coolest robot game I've ever played, besides Armored Core. You know, Metal Gear Solid, Suikoden. Konami was really good.
Is A. Are you? No. A-T-Y. A. She's the friend that I've...
Home tutor? Why would a...
You may have to think about that later.
Ha! I finally...
Kyle?
Your little confrontation here aside, you seem to be in one piece and fully functional.
I'm alright, but this guy insists that I'm some kind of monster or something in his case.
We'll put an end to that. Then you can tell me how you got here.
See? He's lost his mind because he thinks I'm some kind of monster.
Calling you a monster. Well,
No, I wanted to be more careful since I hadn't figured out this.
well, that just makes things even more confusing. Where did he get the idea that you were a...
Kyle, I know this is not a good time, but briefly, who is this?
I told you.
She is more than you say. Katie, what is the terrifying oh?
Guys?
Yes, I have to agree, Snatcher, on that one. I mean, they are kind of... Konami is like, oh wait, we don't have developers anymore that could actually make a new good game. What shall we do? Oh, do you remember Bomberman? And they make a new Bomberman, or they make a remake of a Bomberman. I have no idea what it is. And they're like, oh yeah, people really love Son of the Enders. Let's make a Son of the Enders remake. And I never got it, by the way. That's a lie. I have the Son of the Enders remake special edition for PS3. By far the coolest box art for a special edition ever. I got the game, it was more than $100, and I just got the special edition for that box. That is so cool looking. I love the art style of Son of the Enders. So I highly agree that they're like, oh, on PS4 we don't really have any games. What shall we do? Oh yeah, let's remake Son of the Enders again. I agree, but I am still going to buy it because I fucking love Son of the Enders. And since I never really played the remake on PS3, of course it won't be a new game, but it has been, holy shit, what, 15 years? 10, 15 years? You know, since I played the original Son of the Enders and Son of the Enders 2, so I probably will love it again.
Those are Silhouette Turtles and Hassan. Well then.
Metal Gear Rising on PS3 wasn't bad. I haven't played it, but of course, review-wise, the game was pretty good.
Because here they go.
And that's basically because Platinum Games made the game. The guys from Nier Automata. They also made that Ninja Turtle game and of course the Transformer game. The Ninja Turtle game is actually a game that I never actually remember and never actually seen ever again. This looks pretty good. I like the castle in the background. It looks cool. Actually, I did. I have played the first Nier game, not that much. You know, a couple of hours. It was more like open world and stuff, more like an RPG-ish. And it was definitely interesting. I don't know why I stopped playing it. Probably because something else came out. Yeah, but I just figured out, like, hey, there's also like a turtle game from Platinum Games, but I never see it on the game list or whatever. Kind of weird.
Showtime! Ha! Too bad. So sad.
Hey, what's up, Helgen?
Good enough for now.
Yes, I still need to make a video about E3. I probably will do that tomorrow. I actually have a pretty busy weekend. Tomorrow, a friend of mine is coming out here to game. We're gonna, game and check out outside. Sunday I'm gonna go and see a Japanese garden and going to a barbecue and stuff, so pretty cool.
Take that!
Yeah. I mean, not that I'm that interested in turtles, but
Good enough for now.
at least,
Let's kick this
it's not
party
like
up
turtles
a notch.
are like a bad franchise. I like the movies. I like, as a kid, I loved the cartoons.
My turn, right? Tap! Ow! Lesson's over.
Let's see.
Was that okay?
I'll do my best.
Yeah, Media Molecule is actually on, I think, a thin wire. Like, with the huge success the games from Sony has been creating this couple of years, and Media Molecule just hasn't released anything, and nobody actually really knows what Dream is about, what to expect. There's basically nothing. If Dreams is gonna fail, there is a big possibility that the studio is going to be, cancelled, whatever, dead, ended.
Give me a sec. I'll be ready to
Bye-bye,
go again
Snatcher.
soon.
I still have no idea what they were saying about special stuff and special.
Was that okay?
I'll do my best. Farewell. I need to rest for a bit.
Showtime.
Yeah, Little Big Planet 1 was actually really fun. Little Big Planet 2, I did buy but never really played. Little Big Planet 3, I got on PS4, played it once, and to be honest, I did feel like it's more of the same. I'm playing the same game. Little Big Planet should have been just one game. Okay, so how do I use that special ability? Oh, here.
Full speed ahead. Showtime! Ha! Too bad, I'm so sad. Showtime! Take that! Bye-bye! Good enough for now.
Watch and learn. Lesson's over.
Yeah, I think that Media Molecule would actually be the perfect developing team to make a AAA
You're lucky that missed me.
3D platformer. I think they could make something really, really cool. Like Tearaway,
Here it goes.
but then just, for PS4, bigger, and I don't know. They probably could have done that. They probably would have succeeded. But no, they were trying to push it maybe just a little bit too far.
You didn't hit. Watch and learn.
To be honest, Helgen, I loved Mod Nation Racer. I really, really liked Mod Nation Racer. And it's such a shame that Sony has so many, different genres and franchises right now. Mod Nation would have been the perfect game. Mod Nation would have been one of these games like Ratchet & Clank, like Knack, like Everybody's Golf, these $40 budget games. But if they would just work on Mod Nation a little bit more, it could be a really cool game on PS4. That would MotorStorm and Mod Nation Racer are probably, two games that I would love to see on PS4 or on PlayStation 5. I mean, we could potentially already be talking about PlayStation 5 games a little bit too early, but I mean, they're probably working on it. Mod Nation Racer was a commercial failure, but it doesn't mean a second one would be the same. Like PlayStation All-Star if they change a little bit further, if they add a little bit more content, you know, it could really work out. But I mean, we talked about this a little bit, you know, on a lot actually. Ace Brand is that Sony is definitely focusing on the big AAA story-driven, you know, big budget games. But then again, they are also focusing on smaller games like Knack and Medieval and stuff. So who knows?
Take that. Bye-bye. They're right. Victory sure is sweet.
Oh, they shut down the studio. Oh, that sucked. Sony actually, it's kind of funny. You know, we all talk about like, oh yeah, Sony is having so many game studios, and there's a rumor, well, pretty much a rumor, it's almost a fact, they're working on a new game studio. You know, oh, you know, they're increasing, even though a lot of times we forget how many studios they have shut down. You know, the guys from Wipeout, the guys who made, holy shit, I had the Super Interactive, SOCOM. SOCOM is another franchise that, to be honest, if Sony would remake SOCOM 2, if Sony would remake SOCOM 2, make it look better, maybe more content, you know, online functions a lot better, I would be so happy. SOCOM is by far the best online experience on consoles I've ever had. I loved SOCOM. I was playing that games for months and months. And you know me, I actually don't like online games that much, but just the whole tactical aspect of SOCOM was so cool. Yeah, I mean, it probably will never happen, or maybe, I don't know what. I mean, with Sony is like, they could be standing still for years, and all of a sudden like, oh, here you have SOCOM. Same with Medieval. Who actually remembers Medieval? And kadang, they're coming with a remake of the first one. So it potentially, you know, in all potential, Sony could definitely have or already still think about like, hey, what would be the next big thing from our library of games that we could remake? Let's think. We have Crash Bandicoot, Spyro. I mean, yes, they're not Sony games, but you know what I mean. You know, Medieval's coming out, Shadow of the Colossus, what could be? You know, SOCOM, and no, not SOCOM 4. SOCOM 4 was, well, I had fun with SOCOM 4, but it's nothing compared to the older SOCOM games. Maybe, but I loved Medieval. So I would be excited, incredibly excited, if they would announce SOCOM 2 or even SOCOM 1 remaster. You know, 8 against 8, you know, or 10 against 10. Tactical battles, exactly like it should have been. Not the Call of Duty style on SOCOM 4. I would be so happy. Really, I would have been happy. Yeah, but the thing is, I mean, let's be honest, Sony just didn't had anything. And they were probably like, we don't have anything to show, let's do something different. You know, yes, they announced, you know, didn't they announce Medieval at PSX? That's like the only thing. Would that have been big enough? No. I don't know. Medieval did get the Platinum version, and back in the day, games would get a Platinum version, if I remember correctly, if they sold 1 million copies or more. So you would only achieve Platinum if you would sell 1 million. So Medieval did sell at least 1 million. And it was a really fun game. I am really excited to see how Medieval looks in current gen graphics. Yes. So I truly believe that Sony announced so many games and are working on so many games. They just didn't have anything to show at PSX. But I do totally believe, I mean, I back you up that it was a mistake. I highly believed that with PSX last year, they would go gun blazing, all out, like, hey, this is a PlayStation show, and we're gonna, you know, announce a bunch of cool stuff, PlayStation related. And they didn't. They talked a lot, and it was boring. You know, it was boring. Yes, there's actually a sequel.
Of course not.
I'm worried that Eoth has gone missing too. But we should probably do something about Levade first.
Any ideas, Mac?
Don't look at me. I mean, I've fought Levade before, but not the way he is now. It almost seems like he's possessed.
Wait, look!
What the hell are the...
Maybe they're manipulating him in some way.
To be honest, like, Tekken 7 is, besides Tekken 3, the best Tekken I've ever played. And I played all of them. I have all the Tekken games. And Tekken Tag Tournament 2. Tekken Tag Tournament 2 was also a really good game. And then Tekken 7 is extremely good. I loved it. I borrowed it from a friend of mine when he got the game at launch. So I still need to get the game for myself, but you don't really need a Tekken remaster if you have a much better Tekken already available.
Okay, points for the theory, but what do we...
I was extremely let down at PSX last year. I was really expecting guns blazing, you know, but yeah, that didn't happen. So, but I think a lot of gamers were disappointed. So let's hope Sony is, you know, using the trend they have been doing this entire generation. Listen to fans, what they want, and have a cool PSX this year.
It seems like the strings may be drawing magic from the game, just like how the fiends do it. No, actually, this feels...
Sounds like the beginnings of a plan of action to me. We need to take out the...
If simply cutting them will solve the...
Peach?
If those strings do cause darkness to take us, you miracles should be able to cut them. Because it embodies the spirit. There's no way to know for sure.
Sounds like a plan I can get behind, Peach.
And I'm ready to... Come forth!
Whoa, bright, too bright. right.
Oh my goodness! Katie is transformed!
Tekken 3 was also my most played fighting game on PS1. Tekken 6 was pretty bad. Tekken Tag Tournament 2 was really good. And Tekken 7, I beat the entire storyline. I played it a lot. I really think Tekken 7 is an extremely good game. But just like any other fighting game, I'm not gonna spend more than 30 bucks on it. And I haven't seen Tekken 7 for less than 30, so...
This is the power I sensed before. But what is that sword?
This is Green Miracle Shartos. The sword that's going to hopefully return some sanity. Sorry, Levine. This will be over before you know it.
Come on. Whoa, the little monsters are turning into threads and... Wait, no,
What happened to them?
No need to worry about them, Rezi. Those...
I heard you call them Zurls just now, Raj. It sounds like you have experienced fight.
Yeah, they're just the echoes of memory residues. The dregs, if you will. They're not that uncommon in this...
Memory residue?
Yeah, but we can talk about that later. For now, shouldn't we be checking on that Black Knight first?
It looks like the plan worked.
Helgen, did you mean Street Fighter 5? Because Street Fighter 4 on PS3, I loved that game. And I loved that you had so many versions that had all the characters on disc. Like, I was really happy when they announced Street Fighter 5 Arcade Edition until I saw it's just a downloadable code. And then I was like, no, why? I would have loved to have Street Fighter 5 Arcade Edition, everything on disc. Why the fuck do you have a download code? So, if that didn't happen, I would have already bought the game. But I just have the original Street Fighter 4. It wasn't bad, but it definitely wasn't good.
way to go, Teach.
The only doubt was yours.
Yeah, there has been some rumors about Samurai Shodown. That will be cool. I actually played King of Fighters 15 at a friend's place last weekend, and it reminded me of, hey, Klaudkil, go get King of Fighters 15. I loved it. It was so cool. Okay, yeah, I guess if you're like a Street Fighter 2 fan, and you know, graphically they changed it so much, but Street Fighter 4 back then was the first Street Fighter game I ever played.
You okay?
I got it at launch. I was so excited for Street Fighter 4. I got the game at launch, and I actually played it with friends, online and offline,
Looks like you've
a
regained your
lot.
senses.
I
We were all pretty
love
worried there for a
Street
bit.
Fighter 4.
What happened?
Yeah, you were pretty far down the road to Crazy Town before 80.
80.
Yes?
I'm sorry, I'm confused. What's going on here?
You don't remember
I really
anything?
liked Street Fighter 4. I really did. And that's why I was excited for Street Fighter 5. up until its release.
No,
And that's why I was
dude,
super excited for Street Fighter V Arcade Edition up until I saw downloadable code. And then my excitement was down the drain again.
You're asking the right questions, but we don't have the answer either. We're still trying to... All of us were brought to this world and fell from the sky. Except for Raj here. He lives here.
BlazBlue, I'm a huge fan of Guilty Gear and BlazBlue is just awesome. BlazBlue has really been growing to become one of the best fighting series ever, especially 2D fighters.
Yes, but this is
Every character looks
So,
good,
Vivek,
every character
you are a
looks
friend of
fun,
Magnus?
huge amount of content,
My apologies.
and of course everything on disc.
My mind. It happened when I was looking for Eoth. So,
Let's get your wounds tended
I still need to
first,
get the
then
last
you can
one.
tell us more.
all right.
Back to Patch in the hideout.
It's really
I wonder what
like,
the connection is between
in one
Luvaid the
point
Knight,
I really
Eeyore with the
like
magical sword, and that Eeyore
that I
person
can
with
say
Argus.
there are just too many games. But at another point, I'm like, I did kind of like that all the PS3 games
It's all very
I
strange.
bought at launch
And again, this whole
pretty
episode
much
has been strange.
because there was nothing else coming out.
Those strings controlling
You know what I
Luvaid
mean?
and
Like,
80s transformation.
all the all the Japanese games and fighting games, I could easily pick them up because there were basically nothing else coming out. Nowadays, just like the old generations, there are so many games coming out. Such a huge amount of games are coming out that I am missing out on so many games.
I can't
Then
stop
I'm
thinking
always
about
like,
them.
oh, King of Fighters,
Looks like
oh,
I'm
I
not
still
getting
need to
any
get
sleep
it.
tonight either.
BlazBlue Central Fiction, oh, I still need to get it. The new Guilty Gear, oh, I still need to get it. The two Atelier games, oh, I still need to get those. I still need to get the Sword Art game from last year. I still need to get the Sword Art game from this year. There are so many games I still need to get. Yes, I like the... I'm back. Yeah, I love the art style and the graphics of BlazBlue. I really liked it. I'm still liking it, by the way. But I also like the really fast-paced combat and, you know, a big amount of characters you can choose from. Boops. And in Japan, there are a couple of, at the moment, exclusive fighting games. I got one of those. Can I read it? Oh no, I can't. At least it ends with EX. It was really expensive, and then all of a sudden the price dropped. I'm like, I'm gonna get it now. You know, at like 30 bucks. I know at least 2 other fighting games that are exclusive to Japan that I still need to get. Comic book style. You know, there was actually, like, it's kind of weird. You know, you guys know me that I check out on games way too much. You know, I kind of, especially on the PS3 days, I knew every game that would come out. Literally, I would know any game that would come out. Since there's so many games coming out, you know, if someone tells me, hey, this and this game, I'm like, oh yeah, that game, you know, it's coming out in this and this time. I do know it, but from the back of my mind, there's just too many games to think about. And now all of a sudden, you know, I'm thinking about, because I told you guys that I didn't have any games in pre-order. I don't know what type of games, you know, in the future, like next month or the month after that. If I think about the next 2 months, I'm like, what games are going to come out that I would want to buy? I'm like, there's nothing. And sure, there's Detroit Become Human. If I've told you guys, if the game is gonna have an 8.5 or more, I will buy it at launch. If it's below 8.5, I'm gonna wait for a price drop. But there is also that game, and I forgot the name of the game because I'm an idiot. But it's like a tactical RPG, and the bigger the boobs of the characters are going to be, the stronger its special powers become. And a couple of these trailers, they actually show you like, this is the girl with like a A cup and a B cup and a D cup. And holy shit, I totally forgot that game is gonna come out. I think it's June or July. And yes, I am 100% going to buy that game. It was so cool. When I saw that game, I'm like, I need to buy this stuff. And you know, then I think about Japanese games. I'm like, you know, Detroit Become Human. We had that tactical RPG that's coming out that I just talked about. But I think it's from Compile Hearts, yes. But one of the biggest games that I can think about that are going to come out in the near future is Shining Resonance, the Sega Japanese RPG that has not been released in the West for many years. It is a remake of a Japanese PS3 exclusive game, and you know, I think it's called Shining Resonance Refrain. It has all the DLC on disc, all the stuff on disc. It's really cool, and it looks pretty cool. So that would probably be the next big game that is going to come out that I probably will buy. In between, the game that has the most potential for me personally to buy is probably Ys 8. Like, Ys 8 is still a game I really want to get. Arcana Hearts 3 is really cool. I have the special edition on PS3. I have the special edition of 4 Blaze Blue games on PS3. Soul Calibur is actually a really cool one. And I got the special edition for Arcana Hearts 3. Arcana Hearts 3 with these 4 danger marks is one of the few PS3 games I still want to get for PS3. Even though I think you only have like 1 or 2 extra characters. So it's not that incredible. But yeah, Arcana Hearts 3 was a pretty good fighting game. You also had that other game that was first PS Japanese exclusive, and then all of a sudden it got released only in the United States physically. I have it on PS3, the Japanese version. I can't remember the name, but that was also a pretty good fighting game. Yes, No Man's Sky is coming to Xbox, and there is a pretty huge update called Next coming out for the game. And one of the plus points of the Xbox version is that the update is on disc, where of course the original No Man's Sky for PS4, you know, has so many updates and they're not on disc. So the point is, if No Man's Sky somehow gets re-released, I probably will get it. But, you know, there are better space games out there right now. You have Everspace coming out, that seems to be pretty good. And you have Elite Dangerous, that I've heard some really good stuff about. And I've actually seen the game a couple of times in discount, but 21 pounds to euros with shipping is about 28 euros. It's still a little bit too expensive for my taste. Okay, let's see. This is probably all event, story, filler related stuff, character building. I'm not entirely sure if I really give a shit about, to be honest. And yep, I was right. You know what thing is, what I like about older RPGs, and I'm not gonna say that every RPG was the same, but to be fully honest, if I remember like Final Fantasy, if I remember Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9, I cannot remember a huge amount of filler stuff for storyline. I do remember a couple of small stuff like in Final Fantasy VII you had the part where you go to the golden saucer and you could date one of the characters. I mean, that's pretty much filler for the storyline. But besides that, all the filler stuff were like side missions that were actually fun to do. You know, I remember Final Fantasy VII as having a really good storyline. I cannot remember the huge amount of filler that RPGs nowadays has. I don't know, maybe I'm just an idiot and I didn't see it, but I can't remember it. I don't want fillers. But whatever. That Final Fantasy VII did not have a horrible ending. Shut the fuck up. I love the ending, especially the small after ending. I loved it. As a kid, I loved knowing that, you know, what happened to Midgard. I was actually Midgard has to be the coolest city before Minas Tirith from Lord of the Rings. I love the city design of Midgard. Hey, what's up, Open Alpha 01? But Minas Tirith, or Tirith, whatever, is the coolest city / fortress ever. Like, how cool is that? I actually have a pretty expensive miniature sculpture of Minas Tirith. Can you actually buy weapons? It seems that you can't actually buy weapons, because you only have this, you don't have weapons. Where you can upgrade your weapons. You buff weapons. Buff summon. That's pretty much level up summon. Yay. Buff weapon. Oh, I don't even have iron ore. So this game is probably really heavy on grinding. I'm sorry, I couldn't see what you're saying. The only thing I'm seeing is Minas Tirith statue. It's like a small round statue. I'm not entirely sure how much I paid for it, but I do remember it was pretty expensive. But I am a gigantic fan of the Lord of the Rings movies. Really? Maybe it's nostalgic feeling, maybe it's because Final Fantasy VII is one of the first games ever I actually played, one of the first Japanese games I've ever played, but I love everything about Final Fantasy VII, and even nowadays I still once in a while play it on Ps4 and I still fucking love it. Oh, it does say change weapon, so probably I am still at the beginning of the game and you probably will get to change your weapon. I'm not entirely sure if this game is going to be grind heavy, but... Oh, now you have 2. Oh, here's a Rowan Ford. Final Fantasy VIII is, from the older Final Fantasy games, the only game I never... I think I started playing it on PSP years ago. I think I was stuck at the train. But basically on consoles, Final Fantasy VIII is the only game I only played once. You know, I did try to like maximize my character and do as much as possible, but I absolutely loved Final Fantasy VIII. But as a small kid, you know, it was incredibly hard to understand its upgrade system. So, even though I love Final Fantasy VIII, Final Fantasy 7, 9, and especially 10, or you could say especially 7, were much better. This is probably one of these games that you will get a huge amount of characters to choose from.
I saw how they'll run.
Yeah, Final Fantasy 9, like, Helgen, do you know Granblue Fantasy? There is a game coming up with the creators of Granblue mixed with Platinum Games, and it has a artistically, you know, it has a really Final Fantasy 9 feel to it. It looks awesome as fuck. But yeah, I mean, Final Fantasy 15, I am highly confident that we are going to see a Final Fantasy 15 Ultimate Edition on PlayStation 5, 4K, 60 frames. Then I would probably buy it again. You know, I probably will buy and play Final Fantasy 15 again. With all the extra content, all the extra stuff, running at 60 frames. But Final Fantasy, even Final Fantasy 13 felt more like a Final Fantasy game to me compared to 15. But in its own right, Final Fantasy 15 was fun to play.
Here it goes.
So let's hope the new Final Fantasy is more like Dragon Quest than Final Fantasy 15. Really, the only thing Square Enix needs to do is make a traditional Final Fantasy with the current gen graphics, and they would crush every RPG in its wake. But I just think they don't have the development team to do something like that ever again.
Was that okay?
I really like the love story between Rinoa and Squall. I don't know why. I, of course, also was heavily in love with Rinoa and Idea. Yes, I am such a fucking loser that I fall in love with video game characters that don't exist. I don't give a shit.
done enough for now.
Kasaha will do her best. Enough for now.
Here goes. Give me a sec. I'll be ready to go again soon.
Lesson's over.
My turn. I need to rest for a bit.
So this is not really a good grinding map, so it seems.
And now I rest.
Here we go.
It's really just one hit. I mean, yes, I do play the game on easy, but this is kind of really easy. Or maybe this old tutorial and the game just needs to get harder. Oh, actually someone died. Woo.
Here goes.
Pokemon Switch is 100% going to make the Switch sell a lot of units. Holy shit, a lot. Bravely Default, not entirely sure. It was never a big system seller, but I am definitely looking out and looking forward to all these, you know, DS and 3DS RPGs that came out on the system that we're now going to see on Switch.
That's all I can do for now.
Time to strike! And now I rest.
Showtime. Take that.
Fish left over, okay.
Let's see.
All right. Here goes. Spectre regretting this day.
Okay, so this is definitely not a good map to grind. It takes way too long. Fire Emblem is one of these games I'm looking out for. One of the franchises I would love Nintendo to make another one of is Advance Wars. I actually played Advance Wars on the Game Boy Advance a lot, and I love games like that.
I've done enough for now.
These really simple but tactical strategy games, I loved it. I actually remember playing Advance Wars on the Game Boy Advance with my brother, because you could like do co-op against AI, and you know, we were like building strategies and building armies. That would be so cool. Of course, my brother doesn't have a Switch, but a game like that on PS3, I think there's like a game called 8-Bit Armies coming out for PS3. PS4, I mean, why the fuck am I saying PS3? For PS4, you know, that'll be so cool to play.
Was that okay? Here we go.
Yeah, online gaming, it doesn't really look good, but whatever. Like, to be really honest, like Nintendo games online, I probably, at the moment, I think I only played that that race game online. That's about it. Nothing else.
All right. Here we go. All right.
Watch and learn. Finish.
I'll do my best. Yeah! It
Miss,
seems
yeah,
you
it'll
missed.
miss.
Let's go!
Oh, can I just? No, I'm gonna go there.
Now I rest.
Here goes. Whew. That was a workout.
Showtime.
I don't know. It's really weird how Nintendo does it.
Take that.
But to be honest, to be fully honest, I do want Nintendo to focus on offline games. Like, I really want to see more RPGs from Nintendo, like Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I would want to see more RPGs like Xenoblade Chronicles 2 in general, but as of right now, Sony doesn't have any interest in making their own big RPG, so my focus is on Nintendo. And even if they would port the original Xenoblade and the Xenoblade game from the Wii U, I would still love it since I never, played those games.
I've done enough for now.
Let's kick this party up a notch.
If you actually think about it, I lost a huge amount of time playing on my Switch last year instead of Ps4 because basically of Zelda and Xenoblade. Those two games are like 250 hours or 280 hours I've spent. Then you have Mario I spent 40 hours on. I spent a huge amount of hours on Switch last year, and this year basically nothing. Not because there's nothing coming out, it's just nothing super interesting. I do like the XP system in this game. It's basically every time you win a battle, every character in that battle can level up. So, for example, if you would have 20 characters, only the characters in the battle you can level up. But it's like an experience pool. So each time its experience will be increased and increased. So if you keep grinding, you will have a gigantic amount of experience. So basically, if I, let's say, would grind for about 10 hours, I probably will have a just incredible, overpowered team in this game. But I like that. I like the option. I don't like games who lock their progress behind, oh, you can only level up to level 10 or 20 or whatever. Of course, most RPGs don't have that, or what I kind of hate in this Gaia is that the character who kills the enemy only gets the experience. So with this Gaia, you have to do a lot of, oh, this character is under-leveled, so now I have to grind certain levels with certain characters so these characters can go up to date. With this upgrade system, I can level up the characters I'm playing pretty much always. So I do like the battle system, and I like the level up system a lot in this game. Its storyline is, Breath of the Wild, I don't agree. I really don't agree. Breath of the Wild, when you first play it, is a mind-blowing, incredible game. I don't know what it is, but it's just a beautiful game. It plays great. It's incredibly good. I was shocked in how good I liked playing the game. I really, really was. But, did it deserve all the perfect scores? No. Yes, graphically, it was outdated. A lot. Did it run at a fluid frame rate all the time? No. If you actually done everything in the game, storyline-wise, was it a good story? No. There was pretty much no story at all. You know, were the characters really thought out and flushed out? No. All the side content, some were good, a lot of them were really bad. Did I feel that I was rewarded with the side content? I did. Sometimes not. A lot of times not. Sometimes I did. But basically, when I beat the game, when I did a couple more shrines, you know, I roamed around the world a little bit further, did a couple of more quests, but after that, it became boring incredible fast. Even now, if I play the game and I just walk around, what I think is, what should I do? What can I do? Chopping trees is gonna be fun for 10 seconds. Riding a horse is gonna be fun for a minute. Killing the same enemies, because let's be honest, the enemies of Zelda are always the same in Breath of the Wild, always the same enemies, is gonna be fun one time. So, Zelda Breath of the Wild, in my opinion, is one of those games that I will play once. I absolutely loved it. Will never play it again. It's really hard to get into again. And I really think that it's overrated. To be honest, if I'm honest, and I'm not trying to be a fanboy, really, I don't. If I would put in Horizon Zero Dawn right now, I can easily play for a couple of hours. There are still a couple of missions I need to do. There's still a lot of stuff I need to gather. There's still a lot of secret armors I want to get, you know. And I think there's even more things to see in Horizon Zero Dawn. You know, I would still be amazed at how it looks, and not just about how many polygons are on screen, just the world and its music, its characters. Horizon Zero Dawn is actually one of the few games if that would come out on PS5, or if there would be a patch on PS5, because I think PlayStation 4 will be fully backwards compatible. If there would be a Horizon Zero Dawn patch on PlayStation 5 that increases the resolution to 4K 60 frames, I probably would play it again. Because that's how good the game is. So Klaudkil, why are you not playing the game again right now? Because I remember pretty much everything about the game. I was so heavily into the story of Horizon that I can pretty much remember entirely what the storyline was about. And don't get me wrong, I've played about 90 hours with the game.
Enough for now.
Here we go.
Yes, I think, Helgen, you actually said that in a perfect way. Sony needs to make sure that the PlayStation 5 will just be a hugely upgraded PlayStation 4. You know, the same architecture, backwards compatible, all the downloadable games right from the start on PlayStation Store. Not that you have to re-buy everything again. You know, all the games on PS4, playable and buyable, digital, right from the get-go. But of course with a huge increase in power.
Give me a sec.
So like a PS4 Pro, Ultra, whatever. If they do that, we are going to see a huge amount of ports from PC games like Mount & Blade Warband or Mount & Blade Bannerlord that are just almost unable to port it to PS4, you know, being ported to PS5 because now they have enough power. I'm not entirely sure, like, the thing is, like, a big part of the experience of Zelda, especially the first time, is exploring this big open world, is trying to find out what's going on, and, you know, just curiosity, like, oh, what's this, oh, what's that. You won't play Zelda for the side quest or for the storyline, or for the characters. I would play Horizon again for its storyline, for its characters.
That's all I can do for now. Saha will do her best. Phew!
Here we go.
But of course, you know, a lot of other gamers, especially Nintendo gamers, totally disagree. I have one person on my Switch list. He has played the game for 500 hours. Now, of course, maybe his kid played it. Maybe his nephews played it. Maybe his sister and his wife also played the game. But the only thing I know is that it says 500 hours plus game time, so that's a huge amount. I just don't really know what he was doing in these hundreds of hours, because basically there's only a couple of things you can do in Zelda.
Let's keep this going. Was that okay?
Let's kick this party up a notch.
Maybe, but you know, I can guarantee you that the reason why Sony is giving developers more freedom and, you know, a more open-minded, like, okay, you have a good idea, let's check it out, okay, it looks cool, give us a demo, you know, inspire us to, you know, finance your game. You know, I truly believe that's why we're seeing games like Days Gone, you know, and Dreams, and even like a totally different God of War and Horizon Zero Dawn, and, you know, because Sony is open-minded. And the reason why they are giving developers as much time as they need is something I think they have learned from last generation, and they're probably in this generation are like, yes, we made the right decision. Games sell consoles. Incredible good games sell consoles. We have seen that with PS3. and we are clearly seeing it in this generation. With not only Nintendo, without Zelda, Mario, and like Pokemon, but just talk about what's happening without Zelda, Mario, Mario Kart, Splatoon. Last year, Switch would never be such a huge success it is right now. I will guarantee you it would not.
I need to rest for a bit.
Here we go.
And it's the same with Sony. Sony is definitely... I don't know when. I'm not gonna say, oh, it's because of Uncharted, oh, it's because of this game. I don't know when Sony was like, okay, but Sony, oh my god, 100% knows right now that they need big, incredible first-party games, and their system will sell like hotcakes. I'm not entirely sure if you check out sales, but the NPD was released today, and the PS4 in the United States or North America, whatever, sold more than the Switch and Xbox One combined in April. And that is something that has never happened when the Switch came out. A lot of times the Switch outsold PS4, then PS4 outsold the Switch, but the PS4, when Switch launched, has never really outsold the Switch and Xbox combined. And because of God of War, it happened. And that is huge. That is huge. You know, so at this very moment, I can guarantee you, Sony is probably thinking, working towards bigger developing teams and more developing teams, bigger AAA games and more AAA games in the same quality as the games they have been releasing, you know, these couple of years. They do not want another The Order or Drive Club. You know, so there's a lot of cool stuff that hopefully we're gonna see.
I need to rest for a bit.
Gran Turismo, like if we talk about a fuck up,
Here we go.
last year, like these couple of years, Sony has been doing incredibly. If there's one game, one big game they fucked up, it's Gran Turismo. Not only is there absolutely no hype for Gran Turismo at all, I see nobody talking about Gran Turismo, you know. It's what I know, compared to other Gran Turismo games, it's not selling well. The reason, 100% of the online only bullshit they had at launch. Yes, you do have a single player campaign right now, but nothing compared to the other Gran Turismo games. And I will guarantee you, mark my fucking words, the next Gran Turismo, if it's going to be a re-release of Gran Turismo Sports with a huge single player game, or they're gonna just make a Gran Turismo 7, the next Gran Turismo game is going to be just like the other Gran Turismo games, huge offline and small online. I will guarantee you, Sony probably won't fuck it up again. Gran Turismo was their biggest franchise, and it's now pretty much one of the smallest. Yes, Gran Turismo 5 on PS3 sold more than 10 million, and even Gran Turismo 4, Gran Turismo 6 on PS3 sold about 7 million, and that was considered a flop, like a small success in the Gran Turismo franchise, because it didn't. I think Gran Turismo 6 was the first mainline Gran Turismo to not sell 10 million. So just imagine how Sony feels with Gran Turismo Sport. It's not even sold 5 million. When God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn, Uncharted are all probably going to be 10 million sellers. I can guarantee you they're not happy. They probably, like, I wouldn't even be surprised if the higher ups from Sony went to Polyphon Digital, went to the guy who made Gran Turismo, and pretty much said the next Gran Turismo is going to be just like the other ones and not with the online only bullshit. If Gran Turismo Sports would have like 400 cars, offline campaign mode, whatever, and all the online stuff, nobody would care. The game would probably be pretty good. But online required, online only bullshit? Really? No. I do know there are a lot of updates right now, and I respect both Sony and Polyphon Digital to release everything for free, but I guarantee you they're only doing that because they fucked up the game. If Gran Turismo Sport would have sold a lot, they would never give us all the free stuff they're doing right now. And to be honest, I actually do need to install the game again and at least play the offline campaign, or try to play it. Because I do like Gran Turismo. I really like Gran Turismo. It had a really good sense of progression. I felt it had a really cool sense of, if I do this race 100 times, I can buy a really cool car. It sounds really stupid, but I like that. It's the same with Drive Club. I really like the progression system in Drive Club, and Drive Club is by far my most played racing game ever. So I will guarantee you they are going to or re-release and remarket Gran Turismo Sports, saying, hey, there is a new version coming out, it's gonna have offline play, it's gonna have an offline campaign mode, or they're just like, okay, fuck it, we're gonna do, or maybe even they're like, fuck it, we're gonna call it Gran Turismo 7, and we're gonna release it on PlayStation 5. So my prediction is pretty much we're gonna see a Gran Turismo on PlayStation 5 pretty soon. And it's gonna have offline gameplay. They're not gonna fuck it up again. Really shame. I really like Gran Turismo. Yeah, like a tour system. Like, I don't need a storyline in Gran Turismo. I just want to have a lot of like exactly like Drive Club did it, to be honest. Just having a lot of events and stuff. I really liked it.
All right. My turn, right?
Why did I put this character in front?
I need to rest for a bit.
Here we go.
Oh, actually, just kill it. It probably won't be an S rank, because I fucked it up.
Right. Victory sure is sweet.
Yeah, at A rank. So with the ranks, you get better items. You get more experience, more money, and better items. Level up. Okay, let's progress the story a little bit, so I can at least unlock more abilities. I mean, maybe we can just, I don't know, do this. I don't know if this actually unlocks something. Yeah, this is pretty much all filler, storyline, and maybe a little bit character building. To be truly honest though, I do commend that at least right now there hasn't been any fan service. Like all the female characters as of right now are just normal anime-ish characters. They don't have extremely big boobs, extremely sexy clothing. They're pretty normal. Kind of boring. Ah, yes. I actually played Dirt 3 quite a while on PS3. It was a fun game. It was a fun game. And I understand your feeling. Because Gran Turismo, especially, has so many cars. Now, I know that Forza Horizon also has a huge amount of cars right now. But, you know, at least with Gran Turismo, I definitely remember looking at cars, seeing so many cool cars, picking out one car, grinding to have that car, and when I have it, I'm like, but I want to have that car too. But that was the power of Gran Turismo. That you had such a big selection in cars that you wanted to get all the cars, so you played more to get all the cars. With Gran Turismo Sport, they at least from launch, they totally took that away, and the guy from Gran Turismo literally said people don't want to have an offline mode in Gran Turismo. They just want to play online games, because online is getting bigger and that's what people are focusing about, when clearly that is not the case. I mean, that is clear as hell. That a lot of fans of Gran Turismo did like the offline of, collecting the cars. don't know. You know, to be honest, and this is something super stupid, because I know even Sony would fuck it up with real life money, but a game like Gran Turismo having 400 or 500 cars, sort of a loot box system, would actually be pretty cool. I don't know if you actually played Senran Kagura Beach Splash. So the game has hundreds of different cards, and each card has like special abilities. And you play missions, and they can take up a couple of minutes, or play matches. That's more the word for it. You play matches. You get money. With those money, you buy a pack of cards, and like a loot box, you open it up and like, hey, this is the cards you have. What they have done really well is that if you have a duplicate of a certain card, it turns into experience points. And with these experience points, you can level up the characters, level up the abilities, level up the weapons. So what they kind of could do with Gran Turismo, if we talk about like a loot box system, it would be cool if you would have like you race, you get money, and you buy like 4 mystery cars. You buy like a pack of 4 cars or 6 cars, and they're random, And if you get a car you already have, you get money back, or you get upgrade points to upgrade the cars you have. Something like that. And if you have a car you don't want, it would be cool if you had like sort of an online marketplace. In Gran Turismo money, I'm talking about Gran Turismo in-game money that you could trade or sell your car to other players out there. Only the bad part about it is that Sony, even Sony, would probably allow you to get better loot boxes for cars with in-game money. And that would have been something Sony should resist and say, no, we're not going to do that. Just like with Senran Kagura, from my knowledge, you cannot buy cards. You really have to play the game. And I think that's why they're using this system of you do races, you get money, and this is the selection of cars we have. This is what they cost, and go ahead. But a loot box system could work for Gran Turismo if they do not do anything stupid regarding microtransactions, trying to make extra money. Because to be honest, the way Sony could make extra money out of Gran Turismo is with DLC packs. More races and especially more cars. Kind of like they did with Drive Club. insert generic anime character with a different skin. Well, whatever.
The forest is withering away at an astounding rate. Is it...
Oh, this is not good.
Huh?
I can sense the abnormally strong power of a feat.
Armor maybe. This magical force feels ravenous and very, very violent. It doesn't feel like a human.
Hey, guess what?
Oh no!
I came here only to find a mere shadow.
The ravenous dragon.
What?
This aura. The almanac within me. It's the ravenous dragon demon lord of violent winds.
Someone's been...
Like, really? Is this like evil guy? Really? It's not even funny. You know, I really like the battle system. Like, I know Summon Night is really niche. Not many people know about it. It's not like a super popular. It's not even as popular as like this Gaia. But this is really, I mean, it looks pretty good. The game actually looks really good. Its soundtrack is really generic, nothing special. Its characters are, you know, generic, nothing special, but they're alright. But I really like the battle system. It's really fluid. Its gameplay, its movement is really fluid. At the moment, it's pretty simple build up, like walk, move, attack, magical special abilities and stuff. It's not overly complicated like this Gaia. Especially if you never played this Gaia, it could be overly complicated, even though this Gaia can also be pretty simple. This is really a game where I'm thinking small budget. The developer probably had a small budget and they had to cut corners. But it's probably a game I will beat because it plays really well and I love the upgrade and the level up system.
Stay with us, kiddo. Armor. What's wrong with all of you?
This
How? What happened?
How'd you know the name of my vessel?
vessel?
You're a summoner, are you not? Mission: to minimize the loss of power during the summoning. Summoning is typically conducted via...
Liar! Hayato is the legendary linker. There's no way he did.
What?
Magna! Yes, Hayato is the kind. He wouldn't allow himself to be
Fantasy is nice, but
Magna!
you're not making any sense. Not that any of this matters anyway. A lot of you should provide me with enough energy to stave off hunger. Let's go with tradition, shall we?
That's not happening.
This is...
To be honest, like artistically, like visually, that Altair girl is like the best looking character out there. She actually looks pretty interesting visually. These all look like generic.
Truly the demon lord.
So holy shit, I don't even know the fucking word. Generic anime characters.
There was no weapon.
True. Sorry.
They don't look special at all. Nothing at all. You know, this like nothing special, nothing special. This one looks pretty nice. Like, okay, looks pretty interesting. Everything else, generic.
Magna.
This demon lord?
Yes.
It'll just add...
Oh yeah? Don't be so sure.
I got my bow. Demon Lord Hayato. This is actually the first soundtrack that I'm listening to, and I'm thinking, this is pretty good. And then you get Gra.
Psvita will do her best. Enough for now.
Here we go.
All right. Here goes nothing.
All right. Let's kick this party up a notch.
Watch and learn. Lesson's over. My turn.
He's more like a healer, so she has to
I need to
Doing it
rest for a
back.
bit. Psvita will do her best. Enough for now.
Let's see. Is that okay?
Here it goes. Whew. That was
Watch
a
and
workout.
Lesson's over.
I'll do my best. That's all I can do for now.
Showtime.
Ooh. Sexy girl. Oh yes.
Bye-bye. All right.
Psvita won't run.
Let's see. Yes, special summon auras. I'm not entirely sure what the hell you can do with summoner auras, to be honest. Really, I don't. Maybe you have to summon one of these monsters, and then you can do magic attacks. I don't know. Oh, they're weak. Or maybe I'm over leveled.
Enough for now.
Here goes nothing.
Yes, probably.
Is that okay?
Let's kick this party up a notch. End of the line for you.
We're not going to be able to hold out much longer. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm easily killing them. Okay, who the fuck is that? Another 3 generic characters. So as of right now, I have a big amount of generic anime characters.
I'm ready to do what I can.
Oh, they're level 10, so I'm under-leveled. I have no idea what the fuck is going on right now. I thought I was over-leveled.
My turn, right?
I'm just level 6 and stuff.
Lesson's over.
I'll do my best. I need to rest for a bit.
Showtime. Full speed ahead. All right. Here we go.
Good enough for now. All right.
I'm ready to do what I can. Yeah! I saw that coming.
Let's see.
Kick out fruit. Yay.
Was that okay?
I saw that coming.
Take that. Too bad. So sad.
My turn, right? Finished.
I'll do my best. That's all I can do for now. I saw how it went, right? Enough for now.
Here goes. Give me a sec. I'll be ready to go again soon.
Good enough for now.
My turn, right? Finished.
My turn. I need to rest for a bit. Asaha will do her best. Enough for now. I'm ready to do what I can.
Oh, here.
You will be defeated. Watch.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Summoning. That is pretty cool.
Failure was your only option.
Let's see.
No, there's nowhere else to go.
All right. Here it goes. Give me a sec. I'll be ready to go again soon.
Showtime.
All right. Watch and learn. Lesson's over.
I'll do my best. Asaha won't, right? Yeah.
Let's see.
All right. Let's kick this party up a notch. Give me a sec. I'll be ready to go again soon.
Yeah.
Consume you.
Yeah.
Yay.
I saw that coming.
Watch and learn. Finished.
My turn. I need to rest for a bit.
Showtime. Good enough for now.
Let's see.
Oh, whatever.
Was that okay?
Here it goes. Give me a sec. I'll be ready to go again soon.
Do her best.
Oh, he's going with that.
Enough for now.
My turn, right?
Whoops. Hey, how can I just...
Yeah. Hey, I did it.
This way.
Lesson's over.
I'll do my best. Unleash her. I need to rest for a bit.
Here we go.
All right. I'm ready to do what I can. Yeah! I saw that coming.
Let's see. Was that okay?
Let's kick this party up a notch. Give me a sec. I'll be ready to go again soon.
Consume you.
Asaha will do her best. Enough for now.
Here we go. All right.
Here goes nothing. Was that okay?
Here it goes. Give me a sec. I'll be ready to go again soon.
Finished.
My turn. That's all I can do for now. I'm ready to do what I can.
Oh, he doesn't have the MP. Oh, this is fun.
Asaha will do her best.
Showtime.
Let's see. Was that okay?
Let's kick this party up a notch.
That's cool.
End of the line for you. Whew. That was
My
a
turn,
workout.
right? Lesson's over.
I'll do my best. I need to rest for a bit.
Oh.
Asaha will do her best.
What?
I'm ready to do what I can. Yeah.
There goes nothing.
All right.
My turn, right? All right. That
Yay.
was easier than I expected. That's really it? Well done, everyone.
Actually, an A rank, so it's not that bad.
Well, that was interesting.
I thought...
Asaha?
Is everyone all right?
Seems like we all made...
We couldn't have made it without your help, Aya, Claire, and Soul. Alma and Magna, right? Running into you while pursuing the Demon Lord was the...
Wait,
Of course.
and yet we don't know you. That has to mean that you're from a different timeline.
Different timeline? Magna, is this yokai fox holding close to you your guardian?
Yes.
The Magna I know has a machine soldier for a guardian beast. So it seems that there are multiple versions of reality intersect. And this version of Magna has an adorable guardian beast. Hello.
Rezi over here is from our world, but also from a different timeline. And apparently in my place is another girl. And he's...
Nice to meet you. Certainly.
So if there's the world I know, the world Rezi knows, and the world... That's at least 3 times.
Unfortunately, it's not as simple as you think it is. I'm a good example of the possible I'm from the same timeline as Hayato, but I've never met any of you. So
What? Really?
Oh, I really think my brain is already...
there are unlimited branches in the timelines.
Does that mean you know Hayato? The one that became a demon?
Something like that. I was there when he turned into that thing. There's never been a day that I don't...
Soul is helping us because he wants to liberate Hayato from the Demon Lord.
I see.
I know this is all very confusing and difficult to take in, but I really hope that you can just trust that we're on your side.
True. I mean, I believe you. But what about the rest?
I feel the same way. They did help us when we were in a... So the two of you are from the same world as me, but I think... I'm relieved you probably have a lot of questions. We may have driven him away for now, but he's still up. He will definitely try to pull something if we leave him to his own...
Hey, why don't we help Aya too? We can do... You're exploring the world as you pursue him.
Yes, but...
Then we should stick together. And if you're ever attacked again, we'll be right there to help out. Since you saved us just now, we...
I appreciate the sentiment, but that would actually be riskier since I do not wish to put it...
So you're saying we'd be a hindrance? Bitter pill to swallow.
Please, don't take it personally. The Demon Lord's powers are still
And he also attacks violently. And if you get involved without thinking this through, and end up losing your life. Some of you aren't really fighting at full capacity.
You make a very good point. I do believe it would be in our best interest to comply.
Hooray. You want me to stay here and protect them, in case anything happens, right?
Yes. Can you do that for me?
It's only right for you to go after him. And it's not like Soul can just walk away from his best friend, which means I am the logical choice to...
Thanks, Claire.
Be careful, and support Io well.
Soul and I will continue the pursuit of the... Do you think you could allow Claire to join this group, in case he comes after you again?
I'm totally fine with that.
Aya and I can contact each other at any time via our pendants. With my weakened magic, I wouldn't be of much use in battle, but I can still put up a bit.
That is more than enough.
With your help, we can fight more confidently in any encounter that comes our way.
Alright, I must leave now.
Aya, be careful out there.
Thank you.
Aya seems to be fighting so hard and I'm so ineffective in battles. It's so frustrating. This is supposed to be my world.
Yeah, yeah.
Pat, are you comforting me?
Yeah.
Thanks. A demon lord from another world? Memory residues? There are still so many things I don't, but I do know that I'd be no use to anyone if I lost my energy. Even if I'm not feeling energetic, I gotta act like I am. It's better to look good than to feel good, right? I'm the only one who knows anything about this world, and they're relying on me. Even if there are some things I don't know, I have to do my best to help them.
I don't want this. Filler crap, no shit forgiven. Filler crap. I am going to end the stream though. I'm going to get a shower and I'll probably will play it more. So thanks all for watching, even though there's no one watching right now.